Hey, listen up. If you're a high school student or a graduated high school student or even a college student and you're confused about what path in life you want to take, stick around. I'm going to give you 5 paths that you can take after high school instead of going to a 4-year university. I'm tired.
What's up, homies? My name is Sebastian Walsh. I'm a community college student here to help students like you help yourselves through high school and college by staying on the right path. Before we jump right into the video, I want to preface it with a few things. First, this video is mainly for those who don't know or who aren't aware of all the options that they have after high school. However, if you know that your job does require a 4-year degree, stick around to the end of the video because I may have a path that is still a good option for you. Second, to make sure that these paths are financially viable, I will be taking median salaries from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, which I will leave a link to down in the description below. Third, I will be going in order of the paths that require no schooling to the paths that require the most amount of schooling. With everything out of the way, let's jump right into our first path. Okay, the first path that you can take right after high school is to take a gap year. Now, if you're a hardworking student, going off the natural path of going to a 4-year university right after high school can seem a little off-putting, but trust me, there are a few good reasons as to why you would want to take a gap year. The first reason to take a gap year is to work. Now, if you don't have money saved up to go to a 4-year university, I highly recommend that you consider this option. It's really good, that way you don't have to go into an enormous amount of student debt. And also, if you work in the correct field, colleges will actually really enjoy that when you reapply the following year. The second reason to take a gap year is to travel abroad. Now, this option is only available if you have the money to do so, but it is a really good use of a gap year if that option is available to you. The reason is because traveling abroad allows you the experience of being introduced to different societies and cultures and becoming a more well-rounded person. And I'll talk about it in a future video, but this is actually a really important aspect when you're applying to college. So if you have the option, definitely consider taking it. The final reason to start traveling abroad is so you can start your own business. If you have a good business idea and you think that it could become profitable and entrepreneurship is something that you are deeply interested in, then I recommend that you consider this option. However, only consider it if you have the motivation and the drive to see it through. If you don't, then go and explore one of these other paths that I have for you, whether it's a gap year or another one, because the last thing you want to do is sit around for an entire year and then try to reapply to college and have nothing to show for the year that you took. That being said, it leads really well into my final thing, and that is the most important thing when you take a gap year is that you need to use your time wisely. You need to show colleges that you have developed as a person in some way or aspect. Therefore, it will be easier to admit you because, like I already said, being a well-rounded person is an important part of your college application. Moving on to our second path, all you need to do is acquire a certification. Now, to do this, all you need to do is take a course or even self-study. Then you take a test and then you acquire the certification. This is actually really popular in the field of technology. There's a company called CompTIA and they offer certifications to become a network systems administrator. Obviously, I'm not going to go into the specifics, but I will tell you that the median salary of a network systems administrator is $82,000 per year. Yes, you heard me right, $82,000 per year. Now, you are already well over the median of 4-year bachelor's degree holders. Now, I'm putting in a caveat because it is important to say, obviously these are not starting salaries, and if you only have a certification, your starting salary is going to be much lower than this. But the point is that with a certification and some years of experience, reaching this salary is possible with minimal schooling. Now, certifications can also be used for different aspects of technology and the medical field and so much more. If you would like me to dive more in depth in what certifications that you can get right after high school, leave a comment down in the comment section below and let me know, and I will make another video on it. Coming up on our third path is to enlist in the military. Now, technically speaking, all you really need to do is go to your local recruiter's office, sign a few papers, and then boom, bam, you're done. You're enlisted. However, there are a few other things that I think that you should do before you join. The first one being you need to do your research. You need to research which branch you would like to join and the career field that you may want to do when you get in the military. Now, you can either use the internet for this, or you can go to your local recruiter's office for each branch and talk to them there, and they can give you information as well. The second thing that I recommend doing is that depending on the career path you want, you need to study for your ASVAB. The ASVAB is simply a multiple choice test that tests your aptitude in different fields of knowledge, and depending on your score, gives you a wide array or a small array of options for careers once you join the military. After you enlist, the military will actually pay for your college, which is a huge benefit. Obviously, you're contractually obligated to serve a certain number of years, depending on what branch and depending on your career field. But all in all, this really isn't a bad option, especially if you're unsure of where you want to go in life, and taking a gap year really isn't an option for you. So I highly recommend considering this option if you haven't. Now, before we continue, I please ask you hit the like button below this video, and I actually want you to comment down below. Comment what path you think you're taking after high school, and if you're already in college or you're already graduated from high school, tell me what path you're taking right now. I'm really interested, so just leave a comment down below. Getting onto our fourth path, which means it's going to require a little more schooling, is to get an apprenticeship or to attend a trade school. Now, the length can kind of vary, but a good length is actually to say around 2 years to get out of trade school and to become well into your apprenticeship training. Now, this is a viable option because it is shown by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics that a plumber makes around $54,000 per year, and the average electrician makes $55,000 per year. You are now well earning almost $20,000 over a regular high school graduate, which comes about around $37,000 per year. That's actually kind of crazy. Those $20,000 can make a huge difference. And with that being said, there are actually a few more reasons why going to trade school could be a viable option. The first one being that you are able to directly impact people's lives, which is something that, depending on your 4-year degree, you may not be able to do. Without the plumber, like, who can make sure that you're gonna go poo every day? And without an electrician, who's gonna make sure that you have the lights to see if you can get to the bathroom at night? Because I know you guys don't like walking in the dark, because I don't like walking in the dark. And the second reason why is because if you're doing this job and if you're making this money, it still gives you some time to explore another passion that you may have while still putting good bread on the table. So if you aren't really sure what you want to do, and you know that you're kind of good with your hands, and there's other fields that that you can do that aren't directly related to being a plumber or electrician, consider this path for sure. Our final path. Now, I'm gonna say right now that I'm a little biased and that it's going to community college. Now, you may have heard some stereotypes about going to community college, but I'm letting you know right now that the large majority of them just aren't true, and there's actually many benefits to going to community college. I'm intending to make a whole entire different video going over everything, but just for right now, I'm going to give you 3 basic things that make community college definitely a viable option for you. The first reason to go to community college is to get a workforce certificate. Basically, all this is that it's like you're getting an associate's degree, but you just cut out all of your general education classes. You're only going there to take the classes that are viable to your career field. Obviously, like I said, there are certifications that you can get based off just taking one singular test, but taking this combines the test with also 2 years of worths of a knowledge base, and employers really like to see that. So that will definitely give you a huge boost to your salary, and that's just one benefit of community college. The second reason to go to community college is to receive an associate's degree. Now, I know some of you be thinking, well, if I'm going to school for just 2 years, there's no way that that can be a viable option for me, financially speaking. Well, I'm actually here to tell you and show you some statistics that may just change your mind. The first being is that you could become a civil engineering assistant. Now, this isn't someone who just helps a civil engineer get their coffee or things like that. They actually directly help them do whatever it is a civil engineer does. I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to be a civil engineer, but they actually make $53,000 per year. Now, if you don't want to become an electrician or a plumber, but you want to do something more with STEM, this is a really good option for you. And there's actually plenty of options like it just by getting an associate's degree. Obviously, you're not making as much as a 4-year degree holder. They make around $67,000 per year, but you're earning well above the $37,000 that high school graduates make. However, the medical field is also a really good way to get an associate's degree and make a lot of money. For example, you become a dental hygienist. Hygienist? A dental hygienist? I don't know how to pronounce that word, but anyways, they make $75,000 per year for cleaning teeth, I assume, and that is over $10,000 what 4-year degree holders make. That is absolutely crazy. Just 2 years of schooling and they're making that much money. But what's even crazier than being a dental hygienist is becoming a construction manager. If this is something you're interested in, you may want to listen up, because construction managers make $93,000 per year. That is absolutely crazy. They are in the 75th percentile for 4-year degree holders. That means they make more money per year than 75% of 4-year degree holders. They went to school for half the time and they probably graduated with 0 debt. That is just absolutely insane to me. Even I couldn't believe that when I saw it. So don't knock on getting an associate's degree and then going straight after work. There's definitely some financially viable options in there for you. Now, if you really want to go to a 4-year because your bachelor's degree requires it, that's okay, because community college, you can still transfer out of that into a 4-year university. This is a really viable option because you save so much money. In community college, you're paying about $10,000 per year if you're not living with your parents, right? And if you're going to a public in-state school, it's around $30,000. A public out-of-state is $50,000, and all private schools cost around $70,000 per year. You are saving so much money by going to community college first, and you will definitely have way less debt than those people who chose to go to a 4-year university first. And I'm here to tell you, even if you go to that community college for 2 years, when you transfer and then graduate from that 4-year university, nowhere on your degree will it say went to community college first. It will just say the name of the university that you went to. So you don't have to feel like that you going to community colleges will be held over your head the entire time. Now, because I'm going to community college, I'm definitely going to make a separate video on this topic going way more in depth about everything I've mentioned here and more. That way I can give you guys all the information that you may need, because I truly think community college is a great option that not a lot of people are considering. So I will definitely make a video about that soon. And those are the 5 pathways that you can take right after high school without going to a traditional 4-year university. If you liked the video, make sure that you like it and leave a comment down in the comment section down below. Now, if you haven't really thought about what you want to do after high school, or if you're in college and you really haven't given it much thought before you joined, what I want you to do after this video is really think about what you want to do. Consider all these options, because they're all really good options one way or another, and college will always be there. You know, you don't have to go right as you turn 18. College will still be an option for you 2 years later down the line. If you stuck around to the end of the video, make sure that you leave a like, you subscribe, you hit the notification bell, all that fun stuff, because I'm trying to upload videos every Friday by 6 p.m. It's not going super well, but I'm trying to figure it out. And I'll definitely try and upload weekly more often and give you guys some really good content. If you have any feedback, please let me know in the comment section down below. You can find me on Instagram, where I try to post daily on there as well. Some really good tips. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you in the next one, homies. Peace.